starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
We live. We live. Yeah.
Is it just me?
Hey, yo, we got my ex in this bitch.
Is it just me?
I see you, Angela.
this
You
so-
walked in
so?
on the right time, too. Hold on, let me drop this for you.
Day and night to get a college degree. Ain't nobody that you feel would even know you agree. God, you know you only do that bitch. Show you love.
Not me. Not me. Not me.
Love.
Oh, yeah.
Bitch, show you love.
Shout out to my ex in this motherfucker, y'all.
Bitch.
We doing this one for Angela one time. One more time. It ain't over. One more. They not. Especially that one right there. Angela, get security, get her the fuck out of here. Get out. Bye, bitch.
That's the show, Dada.
The last 7 days have been totally insane, but we made it. Now buckle up and get ready for the most organic conversation on the internet with your hosts, the Force, the King, the Kamikaze, the Great and Terrible. Up to it, down to it. Pour a glass and talk some trash. Welcome to the show, and thank you for tuning in. We hope you have a good time tonight right along with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend. Let's go up to it.
Friday Night Live. Who is right? Gonna have some fun. Show you how it's done. And if she don't know that theme song, she too young for you, bro.
Yeah, she's way too young for you if she doesn't know that theme song. Did this do that twice? No, it didn't. It's just in my headphones. Okay, cool. We're good. We're live. The
All the
stream
way
is working.
live.
The stream is on. The chat is on.
I hope this mix we just making up stuff as we go here. Huh?
You mixing up something? What you mixing up over there?
Man, it's so of course, you know, we don't do Crown. Well, let me not say we don't do Crown. We just have a better option than Crown because I did gift my brother with a handle of Crown Apple the other day. So we'll respect that. However, if you can go Ensign Red, this is the way to go. So Ensign is the comparable to Crown, and this is the pineapple because you know we love someone who's been eating their pineapples because then that means they taste sweeter. So yeah, we just mixing this down with a little bit of apple juice, and I apologize to my son in the morning, but I bought him 2 of them, so he won't even know this one is gone. Yeah, we gonna hope for the best because we ain't really got no chasers, you know. It's I just finished up training this week. I ain't really had the time to grocery shop the way that I should. So you know, that's the mixed drink. But then and you know, shout out to my students because ain't none of them watching anyway. But you know, my seniors gifted me with small batch 1792 that I've been taking my time with, but y'all see it's getting low. So, you know, if we have to take shots, which seemingly just happens, you know, because that'll be the route we go. And this is a fantastic small batch Kentucky bourbon. And so, you know, yeah, just a lot of whiskey, a lot of bourbon. It's, you know, it's a dark night. Shout out to Batman.
It's a dark night and it's a vibe. We back. We got another vibe. We got this mango flavor by Bandonge. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not, but I'll keep pronouncing it that way until
Somebody tells you otherwise.
until further notice. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, man, it's a vibe. We taking care of the garden over here. You know what I'm saying? We are trimming trees, if you understand what I'm saying. Um, yes, we good. We gonna have us a good night, one way or another. That being said, also welcome back, man. Y'all, all you guys, man, coming back from the brunch trip, man. The trip out to Cancun, man. That wasn't a sound effect. That was thunder. That was thunder in real life.
And listen, I feel like we had the very best intentions to jump on that same day that we got back. But when I tell you
Yeah,
the recovery was real. It took like
I know
4 days
it.
to feel like myself again. And I mean, like, I think the hardest part was just like eating terribly. It wasn't even, it wasn't even the drinking because we fish anyway. But the
Hmm.
eating often, eating terribly, overeating, and so I just got back sluggish, like, and I still feel a little heavy for what it's worth, but starting to get back into my routines and whatnot. But shout out to Cancun, shout out to just good people, good vibes, good good company, good experiences. Shout out to nobody dying. Um,
Hey,
you know,
how about it?
at least not completely, because some temporary death was
Hmm.
was around us. Yeah, but a time was definitely had.
Death of the Shakespearean variety.
Listen, there was a lot more of that than I ever need to see again in my life. I just, a lot more of that than I ever need to see in my life. But like the other side of death existed too, because again, there was a lot of drinking.
Yeah.
I watched many people get rolled out in wheelchairs. One of which actually came back after they got rolled out, and we was probably like, "Hey, sweetheart, listen, you like when they had to take you out in a wheelchair, that was probably your sign that you don't need to be here."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You should take the hint at
yeah,
that point.
yeah.
You know.
But hey,
I love a good blackout drunk night. You know, as much as anybody. But when they got to wheel you out, it's time to stop.
yeah, wherever they wheel you to, stay there.
Stay there. It's okay.
But I
You won't
also,
be judged.
but I also am quite impressed because you found your way all the way back from
Hold up. So she made it. Then she made. I'm assuming it's a she made it back unassisted.
unassisted.
No shit.
Just like, oh my God, it's a ghost. Wait, no, like, didn't you just? Did they just? Are you okay?
Oh my gosh. Hey,
Hey,
listen. When she's ready to party, it's
she
time to party.
he said, I'm getting my money's worth.
Hmm. He said more than her money's worth, man. They said they're gonna have to wheel me out twice.
Man,
That's
listen,
crazy. I
man,
don't know if
listen.
I've ever been that drunk.
It's different. It's different. I can say that I have. It feels a lot like undergrad, and maybe even some early grad school. Like that's the time that it reminds me of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Ooh, yeah, definitely undergrad. Yeah, yeah. That was a wild time. It was a wild time. Yeah, there's certainly some nights that I don't fully remember.
But there are a lot of nights we'll never forget, So we'll hold on to that.
Even more nights that we'll never forget, man. Uh, Man, it's actually a good segue to the first topic of the evening.
Uh,
As always, I like to go into the sports and talk a little bit about that. And we love to give the WNBA their flowers. Today, I don't, it's going to be a combination probably of flowers and criticism, at least for me, but we shall see. WNBA All-Star Weekend was last week. And listen, man, the ladies showed up to okay, got my alarm's going off over here on the
oh,
phone. They
I was
showed up
like,
to show out, man.
I
They
was
absolutely showed up.
sneaking into our stream. Like what?
Yeah, right. No. Just alarms on my end. Just alarms on my end.
Mm. Yeah.
But the ladies showed up, man. I have to say my favorite was the 3-point contest. Big shout out to Sabrina Ionescu again, 2 years in a row, ripping it up.
For sure.
The game itself wasn't. It was about a little bit above board for a typical WNBA All-Star game. I'd say. I'd say it was pretty decent.
But I say I like of course there were two injuries on Caitlin Clark's side, which included her. So like it was never going to be the game we thought it was going to be, just off the strength of injuries. But given all circumstances, like I thoroughly enjoyed the way that they just were turned up the entire time. Like I don't I don't know if it was, well, actually it was this particular set of women who just seemed to enjoy each other. And for all of the, and it's not us, it's them. For all of the like rhetoric that goes out about Angel Reese in the like mainstream, like pundits who don't even watch the game, they just look at highlights and read box scores. Like a lot of, seemingly most of the people there gravitated to her, and like they talked about how like positive she is, how like friendly she was, how open, receptive, like what I'm saying. So like I'm glad that like in this particular period she's starting to get a little bit more of her flowers, which is seemingly almost coinciding with her game developing. And I actually had to take a step back for myself, because what I realized from the NBA perspective, when bigs get drafted in the NBA, the stuff you'll see a guard do in year one, year two, year three, it takes a big 3 to 5 years. And by all accounts, in the W, Angel Reese is a big. So, like she did well last year, but like her game is rounding out this year, which makes sense. You, as a big who doesn't have the ball in their hands as much, you need a little more time to like come into your own. So, I'm just like, that part was exciting for me for the weekend. I love Glorilla. That little ghetto girl just like makes my juices go. And so, watching the halftime performance and all that, like I was having the time of my life. And, shout out to Nafisi Collier. I actually did not think that she was the MVP. I thought it should have been Skylar Diggins. You get a triple double in the, what I'm saying, in the All-Star game. Like, you deserve to walk with that. But I'm not mad at them for choosing her, for setting a record. So it was just, it was a lot of good stuff about it.
Absolutely. I thought it should have been Skylar Diggins too. She played lights out. But whatever. And some might say that they chose Nafisa Collier because of the controversial message that the WNBA players decided to put out um, during the All Star game. So, in the beginning of the game, they all came out with these shirts that said, "Pay what you owe, pay us what you owe us." Right? Oh,
Yeah.
that's the dad face.
It,
You gotta go handle business.
yes, I'm okay. Are you okay? Are you okay? Huh?
Let me get dad mode activated in the comments. Dad mode activated. Hash brown. Dad mode activated in the comments. All right. We do this. We do this, right? And we are live. In case anybody thought this was pre-recorded, anything like nah. We live. We does this. You know what I'm saying?
There's no separation of church and state here. You just we got jobs to do.
That's right. Dad mode is active right here, man. All right. So back at what I was saying. So the ladies in the WNBA that decided to wear shirts that said "Pay us what you owe us," basically talking about their collective bargaining agreement that they are in the middle of right now, the negotiations that they're in the middle of right now, and these ladies all feel like they are underpaid. Kev, your take. What are your thoughts on the message they decided to deliver?
I have I and I hope this comes comes out the right way. I feel for them the same way I feel for every, like athlete across every whatever. So like I'm gonna step outside of WNBA for a second and I'm gonna come back to it. So Terry McLaurin has not gotten a deal yet. Terry McLaurin is the most loyal person I have ever seen put on a Redskins Commanders jersey, whatever. Like, he's played for some of the worst quarterbacks, some of the worst coaches, the worst owner. Like, you know what I'm saying? He endured all of that and still showed up, did his job every day. Boom. He made the job for our rookie and rookie of the year that much more seamless because they had connection. He's going to make $21, $23 million, something like that, but he's still, by all metrics, significantly underpaid. I want to say, if he's been playing for 7 years, like only him and Mike Evans are the people who have like had 1,000-yard receiving seasons every season, for whatever stretch of time. So he wants his money. And by every metric, he deserves to make his money. And like, we're not giving it to him, which is like kind of pissing me off. But also, like, you under contract, so you got to do what you got to do. So you fight that dichotomy. For the WNBA, I feel for them because, one, we watched the game. It's so exciting. It's so energetic. It's so aggressive. It's done the right way because they aren't relying on their athleticism to get it done. Like, it's an exciting brand of basketball to watch if you're actually a fan of the game. And that starts at the women's college level. And to see, NIL deals and all that, like, money's all around them, but it's not with them. And the WNBA has operated at a loss. So, like, I can't give you money that you don't have. However, like, you know what I'm saying, particularly those star players, like, should be seeing that kind of money. They should. So it's hard because it doesn't exist, but you feel like you deserve it. I'm not mad at them for what they did because they're going into a new agreement. So you would want to be as aggressive going into a new agreement because then you're going to be locked into that agreement for some time. Revenue shares are about to go up for them. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. Shout out to Angel Reese. Shout out to Asia Wilson, Nafisi Collier, you know what I'm saying, Sabrina Ionescu, like the ones that are like growing the game. Shout out to them because they do have some place and leverage to like make these statements, not based on what's happening right now, but for the projection of where their game can go. So you kind of gotta make that statement, but like, we are holding on to the thought that like, yo, I literally cannot pay you money that I don't have. So like, if it's not a now thing, cool. But if you're fighting for your future, I wholeheartedly understand it.
Yeah. I gotta say, I I feel exactly where you're coming from, and I think ultimately the bottom line still comes down to the bottom line, which is for the WNBA, the bottom line is negative. Last year, arguably their most popular season since their first season, they were negative $40 million. Right? They brought in about $200 million in revenue. It cost them about $240 million to operate. It's a net loss of $40 million. Now, I understand that the players are trying to bet on their future, so I want to provide full context as best as I can before I say my piece. What they're arguing for is a bigger piece of the overall revenue sharing that they believe is coming from I think it's three expansion teams, right? Detroit, was it Detroit,
The Valkyrie,
Cleveland, and
the Valkyrie that
uh,
are out, right?
the Golden State Valkyries are already out, yeah. But yeah, it's Cleveland and Detroit and somewhere else. I can't remember the other place. And then in 2030, they have a Canadian team supposedly joining the WNBA. They're looking at some other place. I don't remember what the other kind of obscure place was, but they're expanding the league is the point. Okay, the league is trying to expand, seemingly aggressively expand, so that they can capitalize on the popularity that they have. And the players, I think, are trying to get a piece of the future money. The problem is, in my opinion, The problem is you can't pay somebody right now money you don't have, assuming that you'll get it in the future, right? That's a mistake. That's a problem. And you can't pay somebody based on 2 seasons of popularity. My bad. The I feel like I was too loud. I just realized I was in the room. We was in the room. We're good. Okay. All right. All right.
I turned you down.
Okay. Yeah, see, dad mode activates, man. I realized he was in the room, and I was like, okay, let me pause for a second. But all right, cool. We'll keep it going. But yeah, you can't pay from a pot that does not exist, and ultimately, that's what the problem is, right? They want money that does not currently exist. Now, if next year, there's a lot of variables, right? This year, this past year, these last 2 years, it's been super popular. The league has been great. It's been growing. They've been getting ad revenue and deals and more eyes than they've ever had, et cetera, et cetera. And so they are assuming that this is going to continue. The truth is, though, the majority of their popularity still is the Caitlin Clark effect. It was the Caitlin Clark effect back when Caitlin was still in college. It certainly was the Caitlin Clark effect once she came into the league last year. And that's not to take anything away from the other players, right? There were a lot of great players in the league when Michael Jordan came along, but there was one Michael Jordan, right? There was a lot of great players when Magic and Larry came along, but you know what I'm saying? There was only one Magic, there was only one Larry. It just is what it is. There's only one Caitlin Clark. And she's the reason that they're going into arenas with 15 and 20 and 30,000 people and not celebrating selling out a 3,500 seat arena, a 4,200 seat arena, selling that out. Shout out to them. They got to do that. But if that's your claim, you can't let that be your claim, but also we should raise your revenue. We should double your pay. We should get everybody to the $100,000 mark or $150,000 mark or whatever it is. You can't do that because the league doesn't earn enough money to suggest that. The guys on the other end, they have a 50-50 revenue share or profit share, really is what it is. They have a 50-50 profit share, but their profit sharing is a plus $10 billion. That's very different from profit sharing negative $40 million. Really, the WNBA league should be saying, pay us what you owe us. They really should be getting charged based on the revenue generated. All the players should be getting charged. 144 players, divide that $40 million by 144 players. It's probably some 300,000 or so dollars. Really, that's what they all owe for playing last season. And if this was a merit-based league, or a league run by men, right? That would be what would have to happen. Otherwise, they wouldn't be allowed to operate because you can't operate at a loss for 30 years and survive unless you're being subsidized by a bigger league. So I get it. I understand it's more popular than it's ever been, but more popular than it's ever been is still a negative net loss right now. So you can't pay from a pot that's empty. I'm just saying.
Nah, I'm with you. And here's like the only thing that I think about, and this could just be my own ignorance, fan of sports, but like the financial like aspects I do not understand. If the owners pay salaries, because I can't find a better way to ask it, what's the issue? Like, and not like, you know what I'm saying? Because like if I'm cutting a check and I got the money, which you don't own a team unless you got the money, why you know what I'm saying, is like I understand the profit shares of the overall company, but like if the owners are paying their salaries, what what's the issue?
I don't think there is an issue if the owners are going to pay for it out of their pocket. I think what I understand the argument to be is that the ladies are saying, well, the league generates $200 million in revenue, not profit, but in revenue every year, and we only have a 9% share or 8% share, whatever it is, and the men have a 50% share. We want a higher share of the revenue. But the problem is that the revenue does not equal profit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not really revenue sharing, it's profit sharing. And if we're profit sharing, then all 144, approximately 144 players would be sharing in the profit of a negative loss of $40 million. You
Yeah.
know,
I think.
if this was being operated like a regular league.
Yeah. No, so and I think that's where the disconnect is. Hopefully, the like they will hit a point where they start to profit. Um, it's just like, and I think they probably, if I would say if the league were smart, they would want to kind of concede on a little bit more in good faith. And the reason I say this is because of NIL. Like, there are several players who could have come out and didn't and or won't
Yeah,
because their NIL deals are more lucrative than, what I'm saying, what you're going to get
what they
on a
get.
rookie contract in the W. So
Yeah, that's facts.
if I'm, what I'm saying, so Flau'jae could have jump ship on LSU and hit the league, but she was making like 5-6 mil, and what I'm saying, playing college basketball. So I still get to be around my friends. She got a boyfriend in college. Like I get to live this life, which is still very protected, while also making more than any player that exists in this professional league. Like you're not going to convince me to come out early, and for what it's worth, the NBA may start to see that problem. We already kind of have the NCAA. We already kind of have, because players that they said were projected, first rounders, lottery picks, that kind of thing, are now like, my contract is going to be like $8 million in my first year. I'm getting 15 to like kick it on the college campus around a plethora of my boys and women, and what I'm saying, like somebody still providing my meals and why would I jump ship for that? So that it's it's gonna be hard.
The NIL is definitely going to complicate things.
Already has.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you pretty much giving kids a license to go get pro money in college while still in college.
But I'm also not mad at, because again, you're using my image, my name to fill up your stadiums, to fill up your arenas. You selling stuff with my number on it in your
Yeah,
bookstore and at your local Barnes and Nobles. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got me on TVs at the local bars, and like you put me on your flyers and your brochures and your websites, like, and y'all are getting billions with a B, or like multi-millions with M's, so I'm not mad at them either.
yeah. I think there's probably got to be some regulation behind it. I mean, I don't know where we land on that ultimately, but I feel like there's probably gonna have to put some limitations on it, because otherwise, I mean, it's an accident waiting to happen. It's a dumpster fire waiting to happen. I think all it takes is the, I don't know. You get a player that was projected number one pick, and they decide to stick around, and because of the NIL, and then they get hurt, right? Mess up their draft stock and all that. On the one hand, one might say, well, good thing they have the NIL because they was able to get their money while they were still valuable. On the other hand, perhaps they got overvalued because perhaps that money went out to them in, like with the WNBA, in expectation that there'd be a return on that investment. Like people don't put out money like that without the expectation of there being a return on your investment. You know what I'm saying? So like if Nike's gonna put $30 million, put a $30 million contract on you, make no mistake about it, they're expecting to make 80, 100, 120,000, a million off of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, that I don't know. Maybe that'll be the thing that slows it down, that regulates it a little bit better. I don't know, but I think they're gonna have to do something to slow that down. Back to your point.
Yeah. you know, it'll always be double edged because, of course, like especially on the NFL side, NBA is not in such a bad place,
Yeah.
but on the NFL side, that's why players are holding out because they're like, you know, every time I step out on the field, I could end my career, you know what I'm saying, with one hit, with one
Yep.
whatever. So like I need y'all to pay me. And they're like, nah, we don't want to pay you, you know what I'm saying? So everybody's got an argument at that table, which is, you know, which is valid. And of course you can't, as a player, you can't make that argument unless you are a top tier person. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying, a third string quarterback trying to get first string money. I'm not a practice squad player arguing like the starting running back. You can't, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You can't make that argument. So it is your top tier people who are realizing like this is my shot. The average NFL career is something like 6.5 years,
Yeah.
7. Like it's gone up a little bit now because of medical technology and, you know, like understanding the health and nutrition and whatever, but like it's still short in the grand scheme. You come out at 21, 22, you play for 6.5, 7 years, you're not even 30, and you
Yeah.
like gotta either make this money that you made last you the rest of your life, or you gotta go back to work. So
Yeah.
like I would want to be that type to capitalize on as much money as I can in that window.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't even dispute that. I can't even dispute that. So I don't know where the balance is there, but you know, we'll have to find some balance for sure. And again, just going back to the WNBA side of it, you know, again, I want to be very clear. I want the ladies to get paid, but it has to make sense. It has to make sense, and I think that's the case with anything. We brought up the example of the NIL with the NCAA and these colleges profiting hundreds of millions to billions of dollars in exchange for, you know, tuition, right? You know, that's, and then when the players do something, if they collect a gift from, you know, their barber or, you know, somebody in the area that's, you know, like, yeah, I like this kid, I'm gonna take care of him, you know, they collect any of that stuff, then they get in trouble, like Reggie Bush, right?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, so I get that there has to be some balance with that also. But in the college players' cases, again, the NCAA profitable hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, not if not tens of billions of dollars, right? WNBA as a league can't say that. In fact, without their alimony check that they get from the NBA every year, you know what I'm saying? Like they still get they still get a support check from the NBA every year and still cost the NBA upwards of $10 million every year. I want the ladies to get paid. Y'all gotta get more butts and seats and get more revenue to make it make sense.
For sure.
You know, get into profit sharing, not revenue sharing. Anyway, shit just doesn't make sense. And speaking of things that don't make sense, I heard a silly little rumor today that
Please don't piss me off.
Nintendo,
Shot time.
Nintendo has said that Mario and Peach are not in a relationship. They are not boyfriend and girlfriend. They are not nothing, you know, extra. Mario is not trying to hit that. All these years of saving the princess was for friendship. This was they are in a personal relationship. They're good friends and help each other out whenever they can. Quote from Nintendo. Kev, you buy that Mario and Princess Peach are just good friends.
Listen, I would sooner buy that Nintendo gave like anime porn permission to use Mario and for a, you know what I'm saying, like wild bang with Yoshi and Wario and like all the, I would sooner believe that. What, and because, you know, we've spent our fair share of time in Baltimore, I have a particular affinity for Mario and Princess. just off the strength of the Hot Damn I Rock video. Like,
Yeah.
and listen, y'all gotta understand, Hot Damn I Rock walked so that content creators could run. Like that that brotherly love video was the most entertaining, hilarious, beautifully done thing I've ever seen in my life. If y'all have not seen it, like go to YouTube after our show and like look that up. Hot Damn I Rock, brotherly love. That is like that's the story. You not about to have me come rescue you from some dude with spikes coming out the shells on his back. You know what I'm saying? Jumping through
Facts.
fire lines, and I got Venus flytraps coming up out of tunnels trying to eat me.
Facts.
I got, you know what I'm saying, turtles that fly, hunting, you know what I'm saying, hunting me down. Like, I'm not finna go through all that to
You
be
got
in a friend
giant
zone. Like,
mushroom feet
y'all
called
story not
Goombas.
even believable, bro. Like, you not convincing me that this ain't a relationship. Cause if you're telling me that now, Nintendo, we in a toxic relationship. Cause y'all are lying to my face. Please don't piss me off.
Y'all not gonna gaslight us, Nintendo. You're not gonna gaslight us, Nintendo. Stop that. Stop that. Like we all know. We all know Mario ain't no self-respecting plumber, no self-respecting blue collar brother is gonna put up with all that crap, go through all that turmoil, and almost get eaten by a fucking dragon for a friend that he try to help out every now and then. Y'all man, get out there, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
That's it.
Don't we got pictures? Don't we got ain't it like a Mario Galaxy or something like that where Mario and Princess is already married?
She kissed him at the end of the Mario movie.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? What we what
Y'all gotta stop this.
so before that hit the theaters, you know what I'm saying? Did,
Yeah,
like y'all thought we wasn't going to like assimilate to the ending that we saw? Stop playing. Like her
they just
name is
figured that
Princess.
we
If you go read any story ever that
yeah,
has a princess
yeah,
who
yep.
has to be rescued, you got to defeat somebody. You got to go on a journey. You got to climb a tower. You got to, you know what I'm saying, fight the antagonist. Like every princess story ever, the the rescuer gets the princess, not gets a lifelong friend. They get the princess.
They get the princess.
Mario putting his print in princess.
You understand what I'm telling you?
What we talking about? Nintendo, get it together.
I need the world to stop trying to gaslight everybody. Like we just not going. I'm tired of people acting like we shit that we know happened, that we seen all this time. Now all of a sudden don't exist. It's like when Sesame Street a few years ago, they had the guy came out and he gave a different kind of response to the sexual orientation of Bert and Ernie. Remember that? And he
For
said
sure,
Bert and
for sure,
Ernie
for sure.
because he based their friendship off of his in real life gay relationship, right?
Yes.
Just their general friendship. They took that and they said, "Oh yeah, that's because Bert and Ernie are gay." And everybody else said, "Wait a minute, hold up, they're kids." And then they came out and said, "Oh no, just kidding, they're not gay." And then the gay community got mad at them. They said, "Hey, well, just kidding. we support." Listen, man. Listen, man. Stop trying to gaslight people to get extra pay, man. Try to get extra support. Stop that.
What are we
Stop
doing?
that.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I'm tired of it, man. Hey, you know what? Hold on. Let me show you. Let me show you this real quick. I just pull this up. Hold on. I want everybody to see this. You gonna tell me? They gonna tell me
Gonna
after
tell
all,
me.
oh,
What are we?
after all this toiling through the worlds of Super Mario Brothers, yeah, all that's to tell me that Mario and Princess just I done all that to save a friend who helped me out occasionally.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
This shit here crazy. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm clicking the wrong damn thing. Here we go. All right, we back. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see all this right here. All this right here. This is Mario and doggone Princess getting married many times over. Y'all gonna stop this, Nintendo? Y'all y'all gonna stop this, Nintendo? All right. Okay. I'm good. I'm good now. I'm good now. It's okay. We're good. We're good. I just don't like being lied to, man. You remember when Uno when Uno came out?
Oh, the rumor that they was coming out, in Vegas.
No, not even that. Not even that. The when they came out and said that you were not allowed to put a draw 4 on a draw 2.
You should have never been able to do that though.
I don't know, man. I feel like a draw 2. I feel like a draw. You can put a draw 4 on a draw 2, but not a draw 2 on a draw 4.
Because it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's the numbers ain't the same,
That's real.
The numbers ain't the same. Now, what I don't agree with, like, is them not allowing for like pile-on. So like, if you do a draw 2, I can do a draw 2. They like, nah, if you put down a draw 2, you got to draw the 2, and then you can play your own card. No.
No.
It's not a thing. Which is why this would have never worked in Vegas, because everybody got their own set of rules.
Right.
And if I'm finna bet my house, I'm betting my house on my rules.
House on house rules. We bet the house on house rules. Because I ain't betting no real money on Uno if we're not playing pile-on.
Yeah, and we've been playing Uno Flip, which is even more disrespectful.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, everybody be getting shot in the casino.
Nah, yeah. Uno Flip. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one where you can like trade hands with people too, right? Is that one?
No, that I forget what Uno that is. Like it's one of them other decks. It's like, you know what I'm saying, extreme or whatever, where you get to write your rules in.
Yeah, that's right.
Like it's
Flip
one
is
of those.
The dark side one, the light side, dark side one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, the Flip got them abstract colors on the other side.
Yeah, like orange and
fuchsias
purple
and
yeah. Man, listen, that game is diabolical. There's some games you can't have in Vegas. You're right. That's one that people would get shot at. Mario Kart is also another one where people would get
for sure.
Probably reasonably shot. Because if I'm in first place and I get hit with a blue shell, I'm fighting somebody. We all got to fight.
For sure. Listen, I mean, and it's spades at this point too,
Yeah.
And that, because I ain't come across a person who played with a kitty, in years, giggity. But like you're not about to sit me down at this table and be like, yeah, we use a kitty now, because like I'm gonna call you childish. Now all of a sudden security is putting me out.
I'm definitely calling somebody childish if you're playing spades with the kitty, and I will, because literally since I've been an adult, I have not played spades with the kitty.
I'll come check on you.
I ain't done it. Yeah. Let me know in the comments why he's on dad mode. Let me know in the comments how you play spades. There's so many different ways. There's traditional aces high. There's the Joker deuce ace, right? Big Joker, little Joker, deuce. There's the double deuce way, right, with the deuce of diamonds and the deuce of spades. There is the kitty, particularly for my PGDC crew. I haven't played that way in well over 20 years. It's probably been about a good 25 years since I played with the kitty.
Yeah, we Joker do ace around here,
Yeah, Joker deuce ace, yeah. Every now and then I get down with the deuce of diamonds. I still think that's a little weird.
It is a little weird, you know. That's that. I got the spades app action.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get down with it. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Yeah, that was another bit of gaslighting to know about Uno. They got talking about bringing Uno to Vegas. They weren't bringing Uno to Vegas. They just got an Uno themed room or building or something like that in Vegas. That's about it.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
And
All right, now this.
shout out to Jay Owens.
Listen, a Halo tournament in Vegas.
People still gonna be ready to fight, you know. Where you can't just sit in the corner and be picking people off. Like you
Right.
can't. Nah, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm trying to win money here.
People that's gonna cry about what kind of guns we using. Look, man, and Jay was there with a few of those, man. When we went to we was riding around the city, challenging people. I think you was there with a couple of them too. They were riding around the city, challenging people randomly in Halo, and people got crying about all kind of stuff. Oh, y'all using shields? We don't use shields. Oh, well, we use shields. Okay, all right, cool. We only use alien weapons. Okay, all right. We only use human weapons. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're going down. You're taking this L.
Next thing you know, we're at war.
And next thing you know, we at war in real life. Then people start using real life RPGs.
Blowing your whole family up, you know.
All over a game. It's just a game, man. Halo's more than just a game. Just my thoughts. All right, let's jump into you want to do the fair or foul, or you want to jump into a viewer sub?
Let's go viewer sub. Let's go viewer
Viewer
sub.
sub.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening tonight. We just, you know, we gonna fight it with every fiber of our being. You're good.
Vibing.
You're okay. I love you so. Yes, you're okay. I love you so much.
Big shout out to KP, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out. It is bedtime, and he's still out here in these streets late night, baby.
He heard you and started doing a dab. Like what? And he was like, Dad, you just did it. I don't even know what I was doing, but like my arms, you know, went across my body for whatever reason. He was like, Dad, you just did a dab. And I was like, what? I was like, why do you even know what a dab is? Like dab was like 2014, 15. Like what?
Right.
You know,
How did we get here?
what? And he was like, they talked about it in Milo and Chip. And I'm here we go. Here we go.
Oh, it has begun.
Send help. Send help.
Oh boy. All right, let's get to this viewer submission real quick. This woman actually poses an interesting question, and there's an interesting response, and I'm certain we're gonna have an interesting reaction. So let's get straight to it.
Pick, and powerful men, alpha men specifically, pick women that they can afford.
That they can control.
Okay, so not that they can afford, but that their finances allow them to control.
Yes. Because you can't go too high because, all right, I can afford, I may not be able to afford somebody that's used to the finer things. I take the young lady, the 25-year-old that's like trying to get herself together. You take them to, I don't know, Capitol Grill, they're impressed. You take somebody else at a higher level, you got to take them every couple of days. You're like, it's exhausting. I don't know if I've got the finances for it, but I'm just giving my older perspective. And as we start talking about it, I want to go after someone that I would have a little more control over, I believe. If I'm being honest.
Do you find that to be a common choice?
Well, I don't know how people operate their lives, but I would imagine
In
yes.
conversations.
Yeah, I'd
heard.
imagine.
Mhm.
Yes.
Wow.
Men want a little control.
Really think they want the control?
100%.
I know they do.
100%.
I know they do.
And I mean, over your life, you'll think about you. You would probably say that over your lifespan, there wasn't a whole lot of men that would even really approach that you may have a perceived higher status than. It's like, yes, it's an insecurity a little bit. That's why you may be able to go to the grocery store with a bonnet on and be looking raggedy. The men's like, yo, what's up, ma? Because it looks like you're not as powerful as you are. But when you all done up, and I've heard women say this all the time, when you're all done up, it's like, yo, I'll never get approached. You look uncontrollable. You look too high of a status. I don't know. Again, this isn't. I'm just giving you my.
Uncontrollable is crazy.
Oh, now how did that happen? Hold up. We live. There we go. We back. We back. He in there. We in there. Okay.
All the way live.
Okay. There we go. We good.
He said that out loud,
Okay.
didn't he?
He did. He says we want women that we can control. She believes that we want women that we can control financially. We gotta. Well, let's do it this way. Kev, your thoughts. Let's start with you. Oh boy.
Listen, there has never. Let me hold on before I lie. There has never been a point in my life where I wanted to, I'll say, completely control a woman, which is like, I feel like the completely part is where they're implying it but not saying it. And then I, like, once I got to a better point of maturity, there was never a point where I wanted to control a woman at all. Like, my early thoughts about control were what I've later learned how to approach better as a like correct and protect, you know what I'm saying, thing. Like, I'm when it was rooted in jealousy, I was trying to control. When it's now that it's rooted in concern and experience, I don't want to control you. I want to protect you
Yeah.
and correct you. And that's like, we got to get the shirts. That's been our thing. There is no protection without correction. And so, like, you know what I'm saying? And if we're looking at that from a financial point, hey, listen, I understand that we make X amount of dollars. That amount of dollars does afford us to X, Y, and Z. However, if we're always X, Y, and Z and not putting away in case of emergency, now we're put ourselves in a bad situation. That's protection and correction. It's not that we can't, it's not a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Or like, hey, I heard you say I want to lose 10 pounds by whatever. So when I see that you've already eaten out twice this week and I say, hey, maybe you should, you know what I'm saying, cook at home, and you catch an attitude, whoa, I heard you say this is what you wanted for yourself. So now here I am trying to support you in your long-term goal, your bigger picture, your vision, but you like mad at the what is I'm paying attention to the macro, you getting mad at the micro. Is that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those,
Yep.
so like that is like man's role in all of this. It's, hey, listen, you operate out of emotion and feeling, which you should. God created you to be a feeling creature. Now we've got to attach a bit of logic and reasoning to those emotions for the complete picture. Same for us. We operate out of logic. If, you know what I'm saying, but logic ain't always appropriate because there are times where we have to like see your emotion. Even if we're going to address the issue later, we can allow you space for that moment. So like you need both of those to come together. And it ain't what they were saying. It's a greater understanding of a God-led healthy relationship and that approach that's going to get us where we're trying to go.
That's right. That's right. It's not. Let me put it this way: the type of man that y'all actually want does not want to control you. It's not about finding a woman they can control, or a woman that they can afford. It's about a woman that will cooperate, that will cooperate, right? That we can work together, right? The two become one, and we can work together and move forward, right? It's not about control; it's about cooperation. Okay, we say this on the show. I say this on the show all the time. More than anything, men value not more than anything. Men value peace and respect over love and your box. Okay, and it's not saying we don't want the love. It's not saying we don't want your box. But what I'm saying is the peace and the respect probably over everything else is what we want, right? So when we talk about control, is it control to set a boundary and set a barrier and say, hey, look, we need to, for our safety, for the safety of our union, for the safety of our upward trajectory as a cooperating unit, we need not go outside these boundaries? Is that control? No, that's protection. When men, I often hear men talk about the type of things that women wear or how they put themselves out there, as OnlyFans chicks or OnlyFans style chicks or whatever, whatever, whatever. And there's always oh, well, y'all trying to tell these women what they can and can't do. It's their body, their choice. They can do what they want. Yes, listen, yeah, that is absolutely true. It is their body, it is their choice, right? What's not their choice is how everybody else sees them and how they carry themselves. That's not their choice. You know what I'm saying? Unless they change their actions. So if you act like a whore and people are gonna see you as a whore, you can't act like a whore and have people see you as, an elegant princess, right? An unsullied flower.
To be to be saved by Mario.
Right. From the clutches of the dragon.
To be friends.
For 40 years. To be friend zoned for 40 years.
And and the other part, forgive me, my milligrams just kicked in.
Oh, we're here now, baby. It's 10 o'clock. We're here now, baby.
The other part that makes me angry is dude was like, "Hey, we're more likely to holler at the chick in the bonnet than the chick that's done up." And listen, I'm here to say, with all due respect, baby, you can get it either way.
Either way,
Baby, you can get it either way.
we don't care.
Like with the bonnet and the robe on, I can tell that you fine. And when you all done up, I can tell that once the done up come off, you look like you've been fighting walls all your life, face first. Like there, we can tell we are approaching you because I see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a good man sees the potential in a woman at her lowest and her highest, and can respect her at both places. So nah, I'm not more likely. I'm gonna holler when I'm gonna holler.
Yeah. When you gonna holler? You gonna holler when you gonna holler? Because we also detect, you know, uppity, high maintenance, not peaceful, right? Not disrespectful. We detect that too. So some of y'all pride yourselves on being exactly that. Not none of y'all. Not none of y'all. We know it
Now,
ain't none of y'all because all of
y'all
you
are
guys,
perfect.
all of y'all are perfect.
To be clear,
To be clear, right? You're all perfect. You're all going to heaven first class. Y'all gonna walk around the metal detectors in heaven. We know. But the rest of your little scallywag friends out there, okay? they the ones what operate like this. Uh, we gotta do better, man.
We got to do better.
We gotta do better.
But yeah, but I want both of them to go back to the drawing board though.
Yeah. I, this look, the great Kevin Samuels once said, "Single women keep women single." Right. That conversation was an example in that, and also that dude. Let's be real for a second, man. Bro was trying to riz her up. That's it. I learned from the youngins that rizzing somebody up is like, trying to, holler at him and like get him turned on, get him feeling all randy. You know, bound chicka wow wowie. Anyway, bro was he was totally rizzing her up, man. That was a prime example of telling the chick exactly what she want to hear. So she leans in a little bit closer, a little bit closer. And you say, "Yeah, come on, lay your head right here. Just lay your head right here. And beat that son bitch out the frame." I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He don't really believe that.
You don't believe you believe that. I feel like I'm hit.
Wait, what happened to Cat?
There we go. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm too high for this.
Okay. Just make sure I'm, a little paranoid at this point.
Right. It's all good. Yeah, yeah, J.O. Yeah, them bald head scallywags. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, right? It ain't none of y'all regulars out there. Ain't none of y'all regulars will be listening all the time and follow. Y'all be right here. That already those of y'all that already hit subscribe. Y'all watch the videos. You already like the video. You already in the comments. It's none of y'all, right? But them other high calorie heifers.
Yes. Yes. Do better is our message.
That's the message. That's the message. The milligrams are kicking in. I'm with you, bro. All right, we'll dust off a oldie but a goodie. Let's go.
As long
Go
as it's
back.
not that colored bottle video, don't piss me off.
No, it's not
Oh,
that. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that to you again.
please. Any iteration of it, okay? Please. I can't. I can't deal with that tonight.
Part of me wishes I had queued it up just cause now.
When I say I'll be like certified ready to fight, is
That woman makes me actually want to fight though, for real. Like the blood just
yeah.
be boiling, man.
If like
punch a hole through a
yeah,
brick wall, man.
if domestic violence ever becomes like legal, she the first one I'm going looking for.
The first one, I'm look. I'm gonna beat her ass like she's mine. Like
Because
like
why?
like like she did that to me.
Because why you like? Why are you like this?
Why are you like this?
I gotta learn how to say it in Spanish. Huh? ¿Qué es tu problema? Come on, what?
We got, and he didn't leave her.
Which we also got to talk to him too.
He got to come on the show. We got to find bro. He got to come on the show. We got to red pill him, man. He's lost, man. He's lost cause right now. He
Like, sir,
needs a strong small male group. Oh shit! But hey, man, just to tell him it's okay, man. You were right.
yeah,
You were right. It was her. It wasn't you.
And she gonna be wrong.
She gonna be wrong. She gonna believe she right.
Comfortably. She's comfortably wrong.
Habitually, comfortably wrong. Uh, and I hope there wasn't no money on the line. I'm sorry. I know we're going off on a tangent. This isn't what I was planning on talking about. But goddamn, man, can you imagine like there was some money on the line or something like that? And they had to get that done. They had to like solve the puzzle in 45 seconds or something.
Again, I'm not condoning domestic violence, but if there were money on the line and she was acting like that, I'm right off your shoulders. And you'll just have to forgive me with this money, like
for real. Ladies, sometimes y'all go too far. We love y'all, but sometimes, damn it, you go too far.
Do better.
All right. Speaking of going too far, there we go. There's my segue. Speaking of going too far, Carnival. You just came off vacation. Carnival Cruise Lines has made some rule changes. Some people feel that they may be targeting a particular demographic with their rule changes. So, with that being said, we're going to dust off an oldie but a goodie, one we haven't done in a little bit. This is the return of Fair or Foul. Let's talk about Carnival Cruise Lines. Let's get it.
The fatigue is real. I'm just gonna chill right now and enjoy my time away.
Damn. Damn.
The fatigue is so real. The fatigue is real.
Damn.
Fatigue. Fatigue. Going to enjoy my lunch.
Damn.
Shit! Welcome to the motherfucking cruise. No
The fatigue is real. The fatigue is so real.
shit! There it goes! There it goes!
Damn.
Hey!
Now they got the white people doing it.
Damn.
The influence of fatigue is real. Maybe I get some peace after the cruise. They fighting after the cruise? What? The fatigue is real. The fatigue is so real. The fatigue.
All right, y'all. Carnival Cruise is coming out with some new rules and potential bans. Let's get into it. So, number one is really dealing with enforcement. For example, the teen curfew is 1 a.m., so that's for teens under 18. Solo travelers must be 21 and up, which means people between the age of 18 and 20 cannot cruise alone. They're cracking down on the pool chair hoggers. After 40 minutes, they're taking your stuff. You got to go. And they're enforcing their boarding requirements, letting y'all know y'all need to print out that boarding pass and your luggage tags, as well as checking in online before midnight of your cruise. Now, they're also cracking down on behavior. If you're being disruptive or causing a disturbance, they're kicking you off on that ship and they may be fining you up to $500. Now, let's get into the bannings. They are banning fans. Now, not this fan, but the swoosh fans. And they're not banning them entirely. They're just banning them in the nightclubs and indoor dance floors. And speaking of nightclubs, they're not banning the hip hop music. They are removing or rerouting the hip hop music. So there's that. Now, in good news, they are changing from Pepsi back to Coke. So that is a positive note. But if you want me to dive a little deeper into this and get my thoughts on it, I made a YouTube video because I got some things to say. But anywho, let me know your thoughts on these new rules and follow me for more cruise content.
Well, god dang. All right, so Carnival has made some changes And some people think that some of these changes are targeting a particular demographic of people. Others think that they're just making these changes for the sake of maintaining their bottom line and maintaining their client base, et cetera, et cetera. Kev, your thoughts, bro?
Listen, the specific demographic of people is the ignorant, and because what they say, you got the white people involved, got the white people involved. And listen, I've talked about this before. Now that I've lived in a predominantly white area, now that I've been the only black person in my neighborhood, and on the intelligence side, I've seen just how ghetto white people can be. Okay? So it ain't it's this is not for the intelligent. This is not for the well behaved. This is not for the respectful. This is for the ghetto, which is ghetto whites and ghetto blacks and ghetto Hispanics and ghetto Asians. And well, I don't know the Asians be ghetto. It just don't happen. But you spend enough time around ghetto people, you tend to pick up on some things. But it's for the ghetto people who don't know how to condone themselves. I've seen enough redneck bar fights. I done seen women get dragged out by their hair by white people. I done seen, like shotgun fire at people and knives pulled out. I done also seen, black fights. You spilled liquor on my shoes. I done seen, I've seen every kind of Hispanics. They fight wild and they fight like they party for hours. Like it don't end. I'm just saying. So everybody's got it and they don't want that on their ship. I don't want that on my ship. You know what I want on my ship? The way it looked when I was in Cancun. That's all I want on my ship. I want rear ends to be thrown everywhere because I don't know if he's still awake back there or not. I want rear ends to move from the left to the right. I want my brothers dapping each other up because they see how excited everyone is to see the rear ends move from the left to the right. That's what we call brotherhood. That's what we call togetherness. I want us to come together and pop bottles of champagne and make it fly in the air while Dreams and Nightmares plays in the background and revs us up. That's what I want on my ship. You know what I'm saying? And if I can't have that, you know how much money I paid to be on this ship, especially with the ocean view, like not a cabin. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the outside. I I want my money's worth. Okay, I can't even eat in peace because y'all fist fighting each other. Yes, you know that's
Big
that's what I
facts.
that's what I need on my ship. So if whoever you are, whatever your skin color, I have a dream that one day everybody on the Carnival Cruise Lines will be able
Woo.
to turn up in the pool
Turn up.
in sisterhood and brotherhood.
Mm.
I have a dream that
Ah,
I can go to this unlimited ice cream machine and make
damn
my
ice cream.
the same height as me without getting knocked over because somebody done thrown somebody across the table. I have a dream that the kids ain't gonna be nick knocking on my door while I'm trying to nick knock something down. I have a dream today.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now.
Mm.
Come on now. I need to see praise hands. I need to see praise hands all over the comments. I need to see the hands clapping all over the comments. We need the hands clapping just like we had the cheeks clapping from left to right. The left to right. Oh, coming in a Hyundai. Yes, sir, there it is. Coming in a Hyundai. Coming in a Hyundai. LB, what up, dog? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. I know you got in late, bro. Good to see you, man. Big shout out to my LB Rich. We out here, man. Yes, sir. Yeah, my thoughts on that is this, right? First of all, and I need black people to stop doing it also. But can we stop assigning negative behavior to being black? You know what I'm saying? Like, can we stop associating malcontent behavior with being black? Because I gotta say, if this it is to be black, right? If this it is to be black is to be ghetto, to be loud, to be rambunctious, to throw stuff, break things, and da 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 da. If that is what it is to be black, then I would like to say I would like to be traded. I request to be traded to the Asians. or the Indians, but got a little bit more sense. You know what I'm saying, right? Now, don't get it twisted. I know some of y'all go, see, he don't like me black. I love being black. I love my black skin. I love my black family. I love my black community. All of that. But god dang, man, I swear, it's the behavior that some of us condone that I don't like. And the thing is, the behavior is the problem. It doesn't matter if it's black or white. Doesn't matter who it's coming from. The behavior is the problem. My problem now is that we associate the poor behavior with being black.
And that ain't it.
That ain't it,
That ain't it.
right? And really, I'd have to say more than anybody. I'd have to say, at least in this case, is black folk doing that. Black folk are associating the poor behavior with the Carnival Cruise Line saying we want to shut down the malcontent behavior. Right? The behavior that affects the bottom line. The bottom line of the customers that pay lots of money to be on the boat. Right? It affects the enjoyment. It affects the environment and the experience of the people that paid $15,000 for their suite. The people that paid $30,000 for their suite, while your candy ass went up there and paid $300 a person.
To squeeze 6 of y'all into a 4-person room.
You feel me? Like, right? In some cases, we're affecting the experience of those people, and in business, I'm not going to affect my bottom line, my customers that's paying $15, $20, $30,000 to appease the ones paying $200, $300. I'm not going to do that. And you know what I'm saying? It's the behavior itself is the problem. It doesn't matter that it happens to be black people, or if it happens to be white people or Asian or whatever. The behavior is the problem. So I'm just saying, can we stop assigning poor behavior with being black? that's all I'm saying. Black folk, can we stop doing that? Also, black folk, I should say. Also, black folk, can we stop doing that?
Though I'll say we actually ain't getting no help today, because they I don't know if you saw this, totally off tangent, off topic, but did you see the story about the man with the Shrek ears was sniffing? He got arrested again for sniffing the woman's butt in the like, and I just knew when I read the headliner that it wasn't gonna be us, and it really was, even though his ears are more alien than black. But yeah, he got, like, the headline literally read like sex offender arrested again for sniffing like woman's butt. And they show him on video. My man is crouched down in the grocery store or pharmacy or whatever, like in the aisle, looking like he about to like get a product off the bottom shelf. And the lady turns around and he's sniffing her.
Holy shit! No, this really says that repeat sex offender arrested again.
Again. Which, sir, you ain't learned nothing.
Oh, damn it! It's one of us.
He got the Shrek ears, don't he? Look at them ears, which clearly I know you heard the judge with ears like that.
They probably heard your thoughts in the future with ears like this.
Yeah, if you ain't heard the rules when somebody said don't do that again, you lied to all of us with them ears.
Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm setting the scene up. I got you. I'm gonna show y'all too. We gonna watch this together at the same time, because I ain't seen this yet either. We gonna all watch this together. We gonna all suffer at the same time.
At the same time. At the same. We got to do better.
This cat. I'm sorry. It's the again part for me. That's what.
Yes. What the hell? What the hell he on? What the hell he on take? What the hell he LeBron James?
Facts. Like what? All right. Here we go. Yeah, there we go, man. Shrink that, crop that. Yeah, we live. I wasn't planning on doing this, but don't worry. I got y'all. We're going to watch it all together.
The most organic. And it's my fault. So, you know.
We here now. Here we go.
New tonight at 11 is a brazen Burbank butt-sniffing bandit back at it. Burbank police say the same.
He said a brazen butt-sniffing bandit. I'm sorry. He said a brazen butt-sniffing bandit. I'm too high for this. I'm sorry. All right, my bad.
Come on, run it back.
At 11 is a brazen Burbank butt-sniffing bandit back at it. Burbank police say the same crouching creeper they first encountered in 2021 has been arrested again. This video is from a similar case we reported on back in 2023. Burbank police identify the man as Khalees Crowder. Detectives say they responded Tuesday to a report of a suspicious person loitering in the women's department.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on.
Burbank, butt sniffing bandit back at it, Bama. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wait, hold up.
But look at this nigga though. Like
that's come on, man. What is this cat doing on the floor? What's going on?
Butt sniffing bandit.
Burbank
butt
sniffing
in 2023.
Back at
Burbank police identify the man as Khalees Crowder.
That's what I'm saying. You see them ears? Like, dog, you ain't here to judge the first time, sir. I will send you back to jail. With them ears, you ain't hear her say that? I will send you back to look at them ears, man. My man got more ear than he got head. And his head to a triangle point at the top. Sir, them ears should have caught like you got satellite dish scalp and Shrek ears, and you ain't here to just say, hey, don't do that again. Don't do that again. Butt sniffing Burbank, the butt sniffing bandits back at it again.
This is the Burbank butt sniffing bandit.
Back at it again.
Back at it again. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. I gotta stop looking. This some bitch look like a bugle. Oh.
Detectives say they responded Tuesday to a report of a suspicious person loitering in the women's department in Nordstrom Rack in the Burbank Empire Center. When they got there, the man was already gone, but he was soon spotted inside the nearby Walmart. Police say they watched him on Walmart surveillance cameras as he entered the women's clothing section. That's where police say they witnessed Crowder crouching near a woman and sniffing her. They arrested him, on charges of loitering with intent to commit a crime. His bail set at $100,000.
Chuck E. Cheese did get arrested today, and I'm just like the last couple of days in media ain't really, and we ain't even seen each other since the CEO John at the Coldplay concert. But the last week of media has been wild. Like Chuck E. Cheese got arrested. You know what I'm saying? The CEO at the Coldplay concert, and then going to try to gaslight us and make it seem like it's our fault.
Right.
That you was cheating at a public concert with the head of HR at the public concert, and it's our fault because we made y'all private moment public at the public concert.
I don't know why they ain't just play it off. They could have just acted like friends in front of the camera.
Bro, they could have done whatever. Because if he'd have slobbed her down, it's not a viral moment. You know what I'm saying? So you already cheating.
Right.
Take it a step further.
Right.
He should have put her on her knees right there on camera. You watch how fast they'd have turned away from them.
He should have either done that, or they should have just been like, wait for the camera, ha 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 ha. It's my sister.
You know,
You know what I'm saying?
they could have fixed that.
You probably
Big
shouldn't say
tweet.
it's his sister. That'd probably be weird. That'd probably be weird.
With the
It was
way
a
he
little
was
close for him
embracing
to
her
be
when
a
they got
sister.
there. But
Yeah.
you
That
know,
might have been a little weird.
again, also living in a predominantly white area, them all them clear people ain't exactly staying away from their cousins.
That's weird, man. That's weird, man. That's like that genre of corn, stepsister corn and stepbro corn. Like that's mad weird, yo. Like what the hell? What the hell, man?
What the hell?
What,
What the hell are you on, Tay?
art imitates life. And goddamn Chuck E. Cheese got arrested, man. Yeah, goddamn Chuck E. Cheese got arrested. At Chuck E. Cheese in full Chuck E. Cheese uniform. Like in full. Oh, I got all right, okay. See, man.
We're having a
See what y'all
time to
doing?
I want y'all to realize this. But
Y'all have officially taken over the show.
dog, to arrest Chuck E. Cheese is still wild though.
Just the optics, the verbiage, everything about that is just weird.
It's crazy.
But that's really where we've been, and you know I'll end up with something else. But like this last week has really, I mean, week and a half, 2 weeks or so, like it's been. I don't even know what to call it. You know, these been some unprecedented times. There's been a whole lot of unprecedented times. I almost could go for some precedented times. You know what I'm saying? I could almost give me a week of precedented times. That's what
Can we get a couple
every
days?
day is unprecedented.
A couple days of precedented time.
A couple days of precedented times. You know, that's it. That's it. You know, I just need a break for a second. I need to pause from the unprecedented shit that happens every day. All right, let's find out what the shit happened to Chuck E. Cheese.
Families visiting a Florida Chuck E. Cheese got a big shock when police arrested the mascot. Police in Tallahassee arrested a part-time employee.
I'm sorry. What is happening?
Florida. And once he said Florida, at that point, it's Florida. Florida.
The last two videos have been California and Florida, respectively, y'all. Okay, listen.
What are we doing?
L.A. and Florida, like. Okay, back to how we got here. What the fuck?
In his mouse outfit, Jermel Jones is accused of credit card theft. Officers were called to the parking lot of that Chuck E. Cheese earlier this month after a customer reported a stolen credit card. She told police she had a pizza party at the restaurant and noticed fraudulent charges on her card. She was able to trace the activity to an employee. Police later arrested Jones after employees told officers he was dressed as Chuck E. Cheese, and he is now facing 3 felonies.
And a kid's birthday party took an unexpected turn when Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese got felonies, man. Chuck E. Cheese got damn felonies, man.
It's starting the story that way. When Chuck E. Cheese.
We got what was it? Brookfield, Bancorp, whatever. Butt the butt sniffing dude.
Bangkok butt sniffer. Back at it.
Back at it again.
Beating broads' backsides while butt sniffing beauties in bathing suit.
Oh, inside of Barnes and Noble. And then we got goddamn Chuck E. Cheese getting walked out in handcuffs in the middle of a kid's birthday party in full costume.
What the
hell? What's happening?
Some kid's villain arc started today. You arrested my hero?
I watched Chuck E. Cheese get arrested, and I made a vow to myself, never again would I watch one of my furry creatures walk away in handcuffs by the man.
So here's my manifesto.
No, not the manifesto.
I promise y'all I want their pizza. If Chuck E. Cheese is getting arrested, I want their pizza. Because first of all, Chuck E. Cheese pizza is always hitting. But if your Chuck is getting, if Chuck Entertainment Cheese is getting
Charles Entertainment Cheese
the third is getting. I need y'all pizza, man, because I know it's fire. I know it's fire. That might be the only Charles Entertainment Cheese in all of America that sells liquor. Like,
that's got to be the one. That's the one that got liquor. They sell a bunch of vibes. They sell pins, and it's a dispensary next door.
Yo, credit card.
Hey, nah, but real talk though, that would be a great business investment to have a dispensary next to for Chuck E. Cheese food. Maybe not for the kids. For Chuck E. Cheese food though, it would be for the food
But
you can't trust everybody high.
But yo, credit card fraud by the mascot is, and you know why that's funny to me as a former mascot.
Right.
If I'm in the suit, swiping your doing the tip drill from Nelly with your credit card and the mascot suit, yo.
Like, I'm curious to know what the charges were. I'm curious to know what he was buying with her credit card.
He paid for his own party. Which was adults only in Chuck E. Cheese.
Inside the Chuck E. Cheese, in the ball pit. Giggity.
My man said the salad bar is on me.
He said, I got the corporate card.
Y'all gotta stop.
Already paid for.
Y'all have to stop, yo. This shit is criminal. Stop.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get out of here. We had this week Chuck E. Cheese get arrested. The Bohemian butt sniffer back at it again. And legends gone, man. Just in the last 3-4 days. Malcolm Jamaal Warner, rest in peace. Ozzy Osbourne, rest in peace. Chuck Mangione, rest in peace.
I don't know that Ozzy Osbourne gonna rest in peace.
Oh, you're right. Ozzy Osbourne's not resting in any peace.
Nah, he gonna rest in hell. Let's go ahead and go.
He's probably looking forward to it.
Ain't he like the Prince of Darkness or something like that?
That was what he called himself.
He was the one biting the heads off of bats, right? Yeah. Nah, he going to hell. I ain't got a heaven and hell to put him in, but I'm almost certain he going to hell.
Yeah, if I was a gambling man, I would. I'd bet the farm. Just got a hunch. The God work in mysterious ways. Okay, a lot could have happened in the last 2 weeks. Okay, but I'm not judging.
Hey. He not sleeping.
And also, Hulk Hogan, Terry Jean Balea, a.k.a. Hulk Hogan, and probably, out of all those names, that's probably the one with the biggest mixed reaction, the mixed bag of reactions.
Yeah, a little bit.
Understandably so. What are your thoughts? You can speak on that or just on any of the other ones, but what are your thoughts on the last week? Uh-oh. Did I lose him? What happened? Oh, we back in the room. Okay, all right, that's all good. It's cool. I got you. I think it's sad to see anybody go. They're gonna be a father, a mother, a aunt, or uncle, grandparent, something along those lines, son, daughter, right, whatever, right. So it's always sad to see people go. I'll say again, I think that the most uh, visceral reaction came from Hulk Hogan, um, because of his uh, racial remarks, his racist rant that he went on. Actually, about 20 years ago, went on this rant about 20 years ago. It was leaked about 10 years ago. And here we are, right? Um, and for what it's worth, what I'll say personally is Hulk Hogan was great, man. Terry Bollea was great. Many of us that are wrestling fans would not be if it weren't for Hulk Hogan. Um, if you weren't a wrestling fan, you still knew who Hulk Hogan was. He was the first one to really like transcend the business. And for me, somebody who is a lifelong wrestling fan, a lifelong WWF, WCW, TNA,
ECW.
NWA, ECW. Yeah, like I watched all of that. I grew up NXT too. I watch all TNA now, Ring of Honor, all of that stuff. AEW. I watch all of it. Right. So for me, my introduction to the love of the sport was through Hulk Hogan. So I won't take that away from him. In spite of what he did, in spite of his flaws, he was a great man, not a perfect man, right? He was a flawed man, as are you, and as am I, right? We all have our flaws. We all make mistakes. What I'll say is, my understanding is that about a year or so ago, he gave his life to Christ, and so for that, um, that his salvation is for him to work out between him and God. I've seen a lot of people that have said like, ain't no way, you can be a racist for all your life. Which, by the way, no black people that worked with Hulk Hogan actually ever said that he had any racist tendencies. Nobody that worked with him. Teddy Long, Booker T, Devon Dudley. Just naming a few, right? That worked with him professionally. That were black. Mr. T, right? Not one of them said anything about him having a racist history or anything like that. So I don't buy that he is a racist. I buy that he had a really bad moment where he was ranting in what he thought was private, and that private conversation became public, right? I think that part's jacked up. But whatever it is, that's between him and the only person that can judge him and that can judge his heart, and that's God Almighty. That's it. It ain't my place to say any of that. So for all I'll say is thank you for the memories. I won't forget that. I won't forget body slamming Andre the Giant. I won't forget the Mega Powers. I won't forget the heel turn when he went to join the NWO. I won't forget none of that stuff. I also won't forget the worst WrestleMania in history where you hijacked Bret Hart's celebration. I won't forget that either. Okay, but he was great. I'm happy to hear that he gave his life to Christ. So, and in the end, that's all that matters.
I ain't really got nothing. I like I'm torn, and I've like, first of all, I don't say too much on social media because, of course, like there's no side that's ever gonna win. But I've seen people's responses, and I like I'll say, the most interesting, because I don't, nobody's right, wrong, or indifferent, especially for the way you feel, because it's how you feel. Was of course the discussion about the separation of Hulk from Terry, um, you know, and like for me, I'll say to see that the only thing I could think of was R. Kelly, and that's probably terrible. But like it's the question that I have in my mind. Like, if people want us to separate Hulk Hogan from Terry Bollea, whatever his real name was, how do we separate R. Kelly from the pisser from the songwriter? How do we separate Bill Cosby, the father figure and philanthropist, who, for what it's worth, did a ton of stuff for the black community, you know what I'm saying, just from being on the TV set to his financial contributions to black colleges, and you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing. Like, separating Bill Cosby the character from Bill Cosby, or Bill Cosby the, you know what I'm saying, the father figure from Bill Cosby the pill distributor. Like, how, like, at at what point do we, you know what I'm saying, like, separate the art from the artist? I and for me, like, I don't know that I can. You know what I'm saying? Which, even with that, I'm picking and choosing my battles, because like some stuff is worse than others, and given, I'll say, the evidence or lack thereof, like, I have differences of opinions, like, and I'll probably be crucified for this. Cool, but like, when Rihanna and Chris Brown had their issue, like, I did stay away from Chris Brown for a while, and like, even when he got with Carucci, I felt like there was an aspect of him who didn't learn the lesson. But more recently, he became a father. He's got kids now. Like, and at that point, he started turning his life. That's when I started to pay a little more attention to him. So like, you could see a, like, quite literal change in him. That to me is not as egregious as like some of the other stuff. Um, but like, the question is, so who, like, what is enough for you, or how do you separate the person from their actions, or the character they played from who they are in real life, when they're like really melded? I got more questions than I got answers, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But like, this one definitely, like you said, left me with mixed emotions, because I was VHS recording SummerSlams, and I you know what I'm saying, remember Ultimate Warrior chasing out two opponents so that Hulk Hogan could finish off one opponent. I remember the heel turn. You know what I'm saying, what you gonna do, brother? The discussion about the pythons, and the Hulkamania rip. Like, all of those things, stick in my childhood. And then you see, you know what I'm saying, and like, I get what you're saying. It was a private moment that got made public. However, if that's the private moment that gets made public, it's a part of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if because I would hope that Trey is not any different privately than he is publicly. To, you know what I'm saying, to a certain extent. Like, of course, they're not everything you do in private you're gonna do in public. If your bed of marriage is undefiled, that don't mean you're taking it public. You know what I'm saying? So, it's certain aspects, but like, I would expect 95% of you to be the same, regardless of what side of your door you're on. You know what I'm saying? So like, this part is egregious for you know what I'm saying, even the private. And so, like I said, I got more questions than I got, you know, thoughts and feelings.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's fair, man. Honestly, I guess for me, I'll say that I don't. It's easier for me to separate the art from the artist, so to speak, right? Because, excuse me, in the same way that, like, in church, traditionally they teach you, love the sinner, hate the sin, right? So in this case, we're separating the sinner, the person, from the sin, the offense, the thing that they did, right? And if we can do that, then I think we can do the same thing with even in R. Kelly. Like I think we can acknowledge that R. Kelly in his personal life was plagued with different demons or whatever. We could say that there was some stuff wrong with him. We could say whatever about his personal life that we now know to be public. But we can also acknowledge that his music bumped. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't mean I think some people try to do these kind of false equivalency things, right? Where they're like, oh well, if you support that, well then you support guys pissing on young girls. No, I don't support guys pissing on young girls, but we're not about to sit here and act like what's it so step side to side front middle give it now separate bring it back all that shit, right? We're not about to sit here and act like that shit wasn't a vibe.
It was, I guess, and I think it's what Jay Owens was alluding to, and it's my thoughts too. Like you want to acknowledge that it was dope, but then you know what I'm saying, certain songs like that you were enamored with when when you think if yo was with underage girls, teenage girls, prepubescent girls, was that the inspiration to the song? Age ain't
Yeah.
nothing but a number. And I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. But yeah, the world does. Like, so like it makes, you know what I'm saying, it's hard if for that reason, like it is, and again, that's a special circumstance because he's a musician and a songwriter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whereas, and like again, his scenario vastly different than Bill Cosby's, because Bill Cosby, whatever the verdict turned out to be, every action with him happened with an adult. You know what I'm saying? So like it's terrible, but it's with an adult. Terrible and with children is not like, so I can't hear your songs without thinking that you were writing about a 13-year-old, about a 15-year-old. Like it's hard to separate the fantastic songs, but once you know it, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Like I even like, because of course he wrote "You Were Not Alone" for Michael Jackson. I am like I be struggling with that song because it's so powerful. But like, yo, what are you saying? Now I'm second guessing every lyric. Like, is this covert or are you like truly being supported? You are not alone. I am here with you. Though you're far away, I am here to stay. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to stay at this age range. Like, what are you know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? You know? It's
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you, man. Listen, and I think that's fair. Like, I think it's fair to question the lyrics. I think it's fair if you're somebody that says, "Hey, you know what? He had his problems. That's between him and God to work out." One of the things I say all the time is that that's between you and your God, whoever your God is, right? So, for people who feel that way and say, you know what, but there were songs that he wrote, that he made, that I did like, and I'm not gonna knock his talent. I can respect his talent. I can respect his artistry, and also still acknowledge that he was a scoundrel, kind of like Diddy, right? You can acknowledge whatever he did in the music industry, or him being the business mogul that he was, but we also can acknowledge that he was a scoundrel that probably deserved to be underneath the jail for the rest of his natural life, probably, right? But you know, but he also gave us Dylon, 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 and Dylon.
and the crazy part for me, and people may hate me for this, like I actually like I have like almost zero respect for him, like in any capacity,
Nah, fair, me too.
because he was a career killer. Like
Yeah,
he, you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? It almost seems like, and one of the funniest jokes I ever heard on the radio was, I want to say it was 95.5, and one day like I'm riding, in my whip, I feel like plugging the CD player in because that's a point in time that we were at. You had to like put the CD player the adapter cassette
Yeah.
tape into your CD player, and then put the cassette into the that's where it was. I didn't feel like going through all that. And they would the joke was, an advertisement for Diddy funeral services, and they went down the list of every career that he killed. You know what I'm saying? After people found a certain level of success, and that's why I have zero respect, because he put talent together. And then because they were talented, he was like, nah, y'all can't even go that far. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was a gatekeeper. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, and that part drives me up a wall. So I don't respect that dude. I was a huge Day 26 fan. Day 26 had
Mm-hmm.
bops, you know what I'm saying? And they could have been 112. They could have been, you know what I'm saying, whatever. He never gave them a chance. Danny D. Kane never gave them a
Yeah.
chance. Shine never gave him a chance.
Yeah.
Even once Biggie hit a point, now Biggie ain't there no more. Lil Kim's career flipped her, you know what I'm saying? Faith Evans flipped her. That man was a career killer in more ways than one.
Yeah. Yeah. No
Black
doubt.
Rob,
Yeah, Black Rob, man. That Black Rob joint was wild. Oh.
niggas had talent, man, and he was just like, you got yours. That's enough.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look. I was instilling. Well, I don't know how much he's gonna get now, but I was very much on board with locking him up for the rest of his natural life for the things that he did. Right. So no, I think he's a scoundrel too. But I also, if somebody were to say, hey, you know what, he gave us good, whatever, hey, you know what, he gave us Ciroc, and I love Ciroc. I mean, I'm not saying that I like dark liquor vodkas for kids, but
But
um,
of the
I mean, it is
lights,
though.
Ciroc would probably be the most acceptable.
Yeah,
And
closest to
Ciroc
it.
does make brandy, which is delicious.
You said which one?
Brandy, the VSOP. Ciroc VSOP is brandy. It's
Yes.
dark. It's delicious.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one too.
Mercy.
So anyway, we got Ciroc because of Diddy. One can acknowledge that Ciroc is dope and
It
still
is.
say that Diddy is a scoundrel. And I guess really in the end, that's what it boils down to for me. People that are attacking Hulk Hogan or fans of Hogan or fans of Ozzy Osbourne for that matter, or fans of whomever, right? As they mourn their passing as fans, I mean, relax, man, chill out. Let people leave their memories alone, man. That's how people want to remember people. Whatever. You go about it how you go about it. That's cool. If you say, if you can say, I'm never listening to another R. Kelly song for the rest of my life, so help me God, I ain't mad at you. And at the same time, if tomorrow you bump a R. Kelly CD, I'm not gonna be mad at you. I understand. He made good music. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I get it. Now, for me, I'm not gonna listen to it, but you do you. Do what you want.
Now, I almost smacked my DJ mouth on Wednesday because he played R. Kelly during my karaoke, and he thought I was joking, and I was like, no, cut it off. I was like, cut it off. And listen, the mix was fire to cut it off.
He
he
threw some
shut it
kills
off.
in there.
And then, karaoke ended and somebody put it on the jukebox. And I was like, who played it? Because I'd have swung on them too.
What song was it?
We were in the middle of a dance mix, so the DJ played "Step in the Name of Love," and then
that don't bump though. That's what I'm saying.
Listen. It's if R. Kelly ain't do nothing, he did line dances. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's a line dance song. And all right, if bro mixed in "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number," all right.
But in my mind,
Step in the Name of Love. Come on, man.
But even now, all the intrusive thoughts be winning. So all I hear is "Step in the Name of Underage Love." Like that's I can't, like the extra lyrics be killing me, man. The extra lyrics be killing me. So I can't I can't step in the name of underage love. I can't. My feet are actually planted firmly on the ground. I can't step to that. Like I don't want to go
We're
down the
not
steps. I
moving.
don't
We're
want to
not
go up the
shuffling.
steps.
We're
I
not
don't want to
doing nothing.
sidestep. I don't want to slide to the right or nothing. Like I can't step in the name of underage love.
Big shout out to the intrusive thoughts.
Yeah. And like, listen, before I learned what I learned, like World's Greatest was like the best song ever to
Yeah,
like teach your choir, your little middle school, high school choir. Like it's such a
yeah,
positive message. It's so, what I'm saying? Like one of the best mixes I ever did as a teacher was I Believe I Can Fly with Fly by Rihanna. To fly like
yeah.
that. What I'm saying? It meshed so well. And like all those things were great. And now, all I hear is I Believe I Can Fly into a little girl's window. And what I'm saying? Like I can't the extra lyrics don't go nowhere at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm the world's greatest pedophile. Like
Oh,
can't you know what I'm saying? I can't you know?
I feel you, man.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. Again, for me, I'll say I can understand either side of it, and I wouldn't fault you one way or the other. It's one of those things. You got to work out for yourself, just like your salvation. So, like people just trying to put any of them in a heaven or a hell, the ones I just mentioned, Malcolm Jamaal Warner, Hogan, Ozzy, and Mangione, right? Ultimately, the ultimate judge is who's going to judge them. So I'm gonna worry about me and make sure me and my house is good. I ain't gonna eat what ain't on my plate. But I completely understand those who say, "Yeah, I can't listen to none of it no more. I can't do it." I completely understand. Again, I don't listen to really none of it no more either for different reasons. But you know, I can't dispute that. I really can't. I can't dispute that. That's fair. Is it fair or foul? Do you listen to R. Kelly? Is it fair or foul? You say it's foul? I can't argue with that. If somebody would come and say it's fair,
Fair enough.
fair enough. Yeah. That's That's it. Fair enough. No sense fighting over these kinds of things. I think that happens way too much.
My kid is
So
still awake. He's back there facing a bottle of water, which is not Aquafina. I want to be clear.
very, very clear, very
Yeah.
good, very good.
But like, sir, go to bed.
Yeah, it's time. All right. Let's go ahead and shut this down. Right, Mark. Right there on it, man. That's what's up. Kev, always good talking to you, man. I definitely missed y'all a couple weeks ago, but good to have you back. Take us out, man.
Just one, missed being here. Always a pleasure to be here. So I'm glad to be back tonight. This was hilarious. So Trey, appreciate you holding us down in our absence. Everybody just be good, man. Shout out to all the educators. We are like coming up on the end of the summer for teachers as we know it. And we need all the break we can get. So, shout out to each and every one of y'all. Shout out to me. I just got my certification so I can teach AP Music Theory next year. So my kids have an opportunity to get college credit at the high school level. That's exciting for me. It was a lot of work, but again, we are, constantly working. It's a dad gang. It's professional gang, so because my students are my children. So yeah, just, a lot of good things going on. Shout out to the Pi Eta chapter of Phi Mu Alpha. That's all we recognizing at this point because the national fraternity didn't lost its mind. But the cookout's tomorrow. So people who are pulling up, this shout out is for you all. Let's come on out and have a good time. I'll be your host for tomorrow. And you already know if I'm on the microphone, we having a damn good time. So I'm about to pour a shot on y'all behalf. Yeah, man. Just a lot of stuff to take in. Matter of fact, let's drink straight from the bottle. Let's go.
Gang, gang. That's beautiful, man. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Definitely good to have you back. Everybody, thank y'all for sticking with us, man, and joining us on this discussion. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Set your calendars. Same bat time, 9 p.m. in 2 Fridays. Big shout out to Paeta. Big shout out to the Bruz and the Bruz Trip. Listen, man, as I always say, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of different directions that the world is trying to pull you in. The media is trying to pull you in. Everybody's trying to pull you in. Listen, you just got to stay focused, okay? Stay focused. Stay focused on the task at hand. Stay focused on the master's hand, right? Stay focused on God Almighty. I'm telling you, that's the only way we're going to get through this, because there is a war for your mind. And if you're not careful, you will get got. So believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see. Don't let them take over. Don't let the platypus control you. I know it sounds funny when I say it, but also I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you some good stuff. All right, be careful out here. Be careful out here. All right, they're trying to get you. They're trying to get you. But that being said, we are out of here, man. That's it. We appreciate all of y'all as always. We back in 2 weeks. Pour a shot. Drink up something. Don't drink Aquafina. We don't rock with that. Big shout out to the Pie and the Picnic tomorrow. We out, man. Shout out to you, Kev. Extraordinaire, bro.
Platypus is a metaphor for whatever's keeping you down. Like corporations are a platypus. Government's a platypus. Your teacher is a platypus. My teacher is a panda. Society is a platypus. My parents are a platypus. The media is a platypus. All this propaganda that we all got a platypus controlling us. It's me. I stopped it nowadays. I'm not speaking metaphorically. The platypus controlling me is underneath the table. Wait, no, he's gone. Hey, there's no platypus controlling me. There's no platypus controlling me!